egg thief! I knew it! I found the culprit! Tell that to Big Marge, if you dare.
Did you hear? The eggs are gone. No one to keep. Not my egg!
Eggy, gone. Baby Eggy gone for good. Help! Help! Marge! Marge knows.
The kid is whistling an off-key...
Ain't up to out. Just looking for someone. Seen Ben Mesd. Ooh. Baron won't like that. Won't like that one little bit.
The kid shoves his hands in his pockets and ambles off, resuming his tuneless whistling. Did you expect a needle? Did you expect a needle?
Raymond would do if he caught us.
Yeah.
Get yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully. You'll just end up sliding down some Voidwoken's gross gullet, piece by piece.
The older-looking Magister notices your presence. He wipes his grubby hands downward across his greaves, as if to wipe away the grime, but instead smears more dirt onto them.
Halt! What word do you bring?
His face goes pale, and his eyes open wide. The Magister that greeted you remains stiff.
The Voidwoken come.
Hush, Fader. You may pass, traveller. Dare say you'll be aching to leave before long anyway. But before you do, find Raymond, the White Magister. He'll want to... Be quick, mind.
He nods his head in the direction.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
Are you sure?
Welcome to
Them
Drift.
sorcerers from the caravan?
They'd be daft to come back. And as long as there's no sorcerers, there's no Voidwokers.
Please, why would I kill Lucian's second most charming son?
The lizard hangs from the gibbet, her face blooded and her scales discoloured. Her eyes are closed, but her tongue flickers as you approach.
Welcome to Driftwood, Godwoken.
One bloody eye cracks open, glittering gold appearing from beneath the swollen...
Chased you all the way here from Fort Joy, did they? Very well, then. Cut me down. There is work to be done. Or indeed you could stand there like a stage-struck peasant. If you're waiting for me to applaud and cry encore, you may be disappointed. I'm in no position to clap.
The Meister bares her teeth, stained a deep pink by her blood.
Malady is unfortunately mistaken. I cannot train you, but I can certainly help you on your path, as long as I am free of this rope. Because along with torture and interrogation, the Magisters found space in their schedules to purge me, that's why. They spent quite some time at it, too. Apparently I was a rich vein to be mined, and now I hang powerless as any butchered carcass. They stopped the process just as the last of my power drained away. Just enough to rob me of my strength, but not enough to leave me a hollow... I had hoped they simply wished to preserve my charm and beauty. It seemed Dallas had ordered that I be held until she could do the deed herself. To give it the personal touch I am. Now that you have had that... that delightful little nugget of gossip, perhaps you could do your damned...
The lizard grimaces, shifting awkwardly as she...
I am in intense pain. You are either insufferably cruel or insufferably stupid. Insufferably cruel. How charming. It was obvious, Godwoken. You are whippet thin, implying you've been a captive. Your wrists have seen the sun, but your neck has not, so you sported a collar, not shackles. Thus you escaped Fort Joy. After an escape, any sane creature would rest, but the bags under your eyes indicate you haven't. Why not? You must have been chased. Thus... thus you must have been important. No one important escapes a prison without help, and no one frees sorcerers bar the Seekers. They thought you were worth saving, and thus I surmise you are Godwoken. Now, an important person does not come to Driftwood unless they seek someone even more important than themselves, so I further surmise you are here for me and will help me down. Now!
A slow, pained grin spreads across the lizard's face. Her...
Not quite as stupid as I imagined. I am head of the Seekers, girl. I can taste your sauce. It wafts about you like honeysuckle on the breeze. Now, if you would be so kind, my bonds. Be quick about it, before the Magister realizes their prize catch is about to slip through the net. What are you waiting for? Do it, damn you! If they find out what you are, you'll be blessed to end up hanging beside me. Excellent. Now, if you'd be so kind as to gut that startled-looking Magister, it would be much appreciated. I must secure my home before they do any more damage.
chance. There you are, little egg.
She leaps up and grabs the egg with her foot, kicking it under her warm underbelly and settling down upon it contentedly.
Shh, 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 little beaver baby. Mama's here, warm and here with you again.
She cocks a black eye up at you and winks.
Thank you. Oh, I have something for you. Something I buried behind the coop. Unless some other scratchily poker found it first, of course.
As long as you stay put,
Off you
you'll
go.
be safe.
I can't be seen rationizing with the likes of you.
Sure. Them sorcerers from the caravan.
Maybe not to come back. As long as there's no
Oh,
sorcerers.
terribly sorry. For letting me live, you have my eternal gratitude. Ha! Foolish stink beast.
The rat hisses at you with sibilant.
Carry on then, stink beast. Don't let little old me distract you from your very important stink business.
You helped us. You.
Come to stomp my lights out, have you? Tread lightly. Retribution from my clan will be swift and painful.
be daft to come back. As long as there's no source.
I bet you're the musical sort. You've thought about taking up the lute. I got a few ready to go, all freshly strung. Oh, wonderful. It's like I always said. Everyone's got a melody in 'em. You just gotta look. Me brother Laszlo couldn't carry a... Yeah, I used to play 'em too, of course. Me and Laszlo. Manchesters came, stole them away. I keep going though, hoping to get to Ark sooner than later. Lucian's Day crowds will be wanting some musical trifles. Useful? Ah, you mean deadly. Used to make bows and fletch arrows, but left that hobby behind. Oh, I ain't taking that guilt trip. I ain't gonna stop your rowdy ways, but I ain't gonna help you either. If you want to make music instead of war, Hello? Anything else you want to chat about? Same to you.
Up ahead, Paladins, the famous divine protectors of Arks. I wonder what they're doing here, so far from home.
Closer. How your mind must ache. Come here, rest, gather your thoughts. I can hear your music, Lohse. Beneath every sigh of breath, a melody. Stay here with me. Rest. Find your peace.
A great pounding suddenly erupts in your chest. Your inner god roars and bellows, an incoherent, maddening cacophony.
It is awful how he treats you. He asks so much and gives so little in return. I am the only one who cares. Don't play his game. Think of yourself. Rest here.
A sudden weariness washes over, bone deep and as irresistible as a strong current.
Don't fight it. This is how it's supposed to be. Sleep now. Wait. I only wanted to give you rest, not pain. Now, I am sorry.
I did not kill Alexander, you stupid ape. Release me! Did not kill Alexander, you stupid
A
ape.
Magister guard approaches.
Step away from the prisoner! She's hanging by her hands because the boss don't want her dead just yet. She's a tough one, Maester Seaver. She's a seeker, and she's a bloody traitor. She was part of the Order. Knew Alexander personally. She wasn't there when Alexander fell, but White Magister Raymond uncovered the truth. She's as guilty as any of them, and I reckon she got off. You're going to... what, now? She betrayed Alexander. I'd sooner die than free her. You insult me. Why, I wouldn't do it for an entire bag of gold coins. All right then, done. But be quick about it.
The lizard hangs.
Welcome to Drift.
One bloody eye.
Chaste. Or indeed you could stand there like a stage-struck peasant, if you're waiting for me to applaud and crown court. Be quick about it. Who knows when that God's teeth, it feels good to move again. Now, best scurry off before that Magister wanders back. Meet me at my home in Driftwood, and we can see what you're made of.
There's one unaffected egg behind it. Perhaps there's still a chance. There you are, little egg.
I saw they were stolen. Ah!
She leaps up. She cocks a black.
Thank you. I have something. You!
The kid is whistling an off-key tune.
They'd be daft to come back. And as long as there's no sorcerers, there's no void woken. You're fine as long as you don't go wandering.
The silent monk's stitched lips are the colour of sea ice. The monk has no response to your stick or your scream, unless you count its head's nigh imperceptible rhythmic sway as a response. The silent monk, like every other, has nothing to...
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
Happy little family.
Brood an eggy baby egg.
Them sorcerers from the caravan.
They'd be daft to come back. And as long as there's no sorcerers, there's no void woken. You're fine as long as you don't go wandering.
This town looks peaceful enough. Let's find out if looks deceive.
The carved figure is a resplendent sight. Your touch creates a rip.
God knows what stuff those beasts.
Penny for a sick dog. A glance at the dog's miserable face tells you it's sick, all right.
What am I, dog's doctor? Dog's sick? Putty for a penny, you can sing him. Thank ye, kind. Much obliged.
The dog lies there quietly, clearly in great pain.
What are you looking at? I'm sick here. Get lost. Got a pain in the neck. Got a bad pain in the neck.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat. Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls. The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. Yet. The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain is gone.
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks, woman. Think I'll wander off now? Here, before I go, what can I do to show my gratitude? Master did. Huh? Wait a minute. Master hurted me? Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna go now, but first I have a thing I need to do.
He turns to his master.
You bad man, you!
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away. God damn it! How was my livelihood? Penny for a grieving beggar? I reckon I'm owed it here. No.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as...
You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. You would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I?
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Reluctantly, he throws you a paltry sum.
That's your lot. Go on, then. Get lost, you free lot.
Who will?
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away. Then get out of the way. Penny for a sick dog.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo.
You'd swear the shark was smiling at you.
The barrels and the chests. On the double.
You'd swear the shark was smiling at you.
Show 'em how it's done, man. Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs. The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's...
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
Oh, but yours is not a stink like the one that surrounds us, spat from a dying sea. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods? We do cruel things unto others and unto...
He licks his lips. Drive.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss. My favourite one. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need us. There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth. Best convince me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelt very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. A would-be seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day, but they do. Consider for a moment I've need of a rat catcher. Of course.
Stay behind? But I've my orders. Same as you.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up?
For a few moments, his hand hangs motionless in the air, then is withdrawn.
Hard feelings, idiot. I'll remember. The time has come, my stitched-lit lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
These sacks weigh like lead.
Left behind like a dog. Blah. Seven curses upon that ship.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his...
You! The damn recruit! I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. Your meddling in Magister affairs had better be worth it. Oh, I'm ever so pleased you changed your mind. Now answer me. Did you meet with the Magister caravan on your way into town? By the Bishop's bones, you saw it! Out with it, woman! What happened? Void won't. That means Source was used. Which means some third party must have attacked first. And I've a fair idea. Raymond, that old goat, always suspected there's more to the Driftwood Dwarves than meets the eye. Hate to admit it, but I think too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove. There's a local thug. It may be interesting to have a... It's wild territory. Should you find any such place, and better yet, they've always... You know what Queen Justinia is in that case. Go. In short, should any such... Can't grab it to you any...
Hello, missus.
The little boy looks at you. He picks his...
You be careful. My daddy's a No, he's not. His daddy's a fisherman like most daddies around here.
They stare at you in disbelief.
You're weird. We're waiting for our friend. He went for a swim. He'll be back soon.
He went swimming all the way...
Fort Joy?
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back. Cool. How did you know that?
Mrs., have you seen our friend Joe?
Tell them the truth about Joe. They have to grow up sometime.
The horror grows on their little...
No, that's a horrible thing to say. I bet it wasn't Joe. I bet it was someone else's leg.
She bursts into tears, then looks from you to her and back again, then starts crying too. After a moment, the crying subsides. Ben and Harriet snuggle into you.
So where's Joe?
They look puzzled, but the little boy seems...
I think we should go home. Come on, Ben.
Bye-bye, Mr. Lady Missy.
They skip away, still children, but now, somehow...
Keeping it together, please.
24 noblemen in subordination.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Sister's back. She doesn't feel like playing, but...
The Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was...
Damnable red-cloaked baboons ransacking my wardrobes, as if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a pile with my unmentionables.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its...
I swear by the seven, if we did not have more important matters to attend to.
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle, and thread out of a box. She slowly...
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe. Apparently I had a claw in murdering their darling divine-in-waiting Alexander.
The Meister wrenches the bandage, pulling...
Never mind that. That I was here the entire time. Apparently my cunning transcends time, space, and commons.
Meister Siva freezes, her eyes locked on you, her claws mid-swipe, cutting a new stretch of bandage.
Why on earth should I have thought anything else? Not that I was sorry to hear about his death. I doubt my grin helped matters during the interrogation. It is not enough to be God-woken in order to ascend to divinity.
As she speaks, she stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you, continuing...
A process by which God-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul. Quite. We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural pat on the head. Come, God-woken. It is time to see... Fortunately, the Magisters pay as much attention to art as they do to fashion. Kindly remove that painting from the wall. I pray my instructions will not be too technical for you. Push the button. Your talent for following simple instructions fills me with wonder and pride. Now, kindly go to the vault and enter the combination. I shall call it out as you go.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Taking your time, you carefully enter...
Excellent. Follow me. Your time is at hand, God-woken.
Ancient runes, weird contraptions. This place is an Arcanist's dream.
Feel free to look about while I catch my breath. Come speak to me when you wish to proceed. And try not to break anything in the meantime.
The Meister is
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, God-woken? Then it's time to smarten up. This responsibility isn't one of the meek, the self... No. Becoming the divine means taking on the power of all the gods, and the divine was created by the gods to shelter us from the void. The divine cannot use her power for anything else. When you become the divine, there is no more self.
For just a moment, her eyes soften as she...
It is no small thing to ask. Without a new divine, Rivellon will die. Very well, then. Let's see if we can't snap... The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then inhale the smoke. Ignore any feelings of dizziness, burning in your lungs, or a dire sense of existential dread. They're all perfectly normal. Although you will need to sacrifice a little sauce. Everything you need is here. Ingredients in the cupboard. Sauce in the glowing fountain. Ritual in the tome by the bookcase. Even an
The Maester looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claws.
Quite. Mind you, being torn asunder by a Voidwoken would...
The Maester points sharply to the ingredients cupboard.
Once, although not by a Godwoken. My assistant did not believe that one had to be chosen by a god to become divine.
She waves a bandaged hand absent-mindedly.
A headstrong and thoughtless girl, but the experience was... From observing her, I gather that the ritual involves inhaling the smoke, a lot of screaming, and a rather sudden death. Then you will crawl back to whatever hole you came from, where you will sit and wait to see whether the Magisters or the Voidwoken...
The Maester leans...
This is not a game, Godwoke, and do not lose it...
Opening the door, you see a select... After a quick rummage, you spot the Blackroot, nestled between the grated Dragon's Tongue and Druda. You gather up the Blackroot, Obsidian Lance, and Ancient Bowl, and kick the door of the...
Nice.
As you suck the smoke deep into your lungs, your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading. As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out.
This recess of my soul. But it looks like a hall of echoes.
Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. I was worried you weren't coming. Isn't that just the question? Look into my eyes. Good. Now wait. Wait. Ah. Now speak the spell.
There. That's a bit more familiar. So, go on. Pretty fantastic, isn't it? You're a step closer toward becoming like one of them now. One of the gods, Lohse dear. Come on, keep up. You can see spirits now. Try it next time you cut some innocent to bits. You'll be able to find out just what their sweet little soul thinks of you. Certainly. And here I am, all by my lonesome. The other Godwoken will find one of the 7 hiding out in their souls, you know. Shriveled, half-dead gods looking to steal source from their chosen in exchange for the power to see spirits. I wouldn't be so quick to differentiate. Let me tell you a little something about the 7. They need source, and they're running out of it. Soon enough, they'll be little more than dead, dry husks, light enough to knock down with a puff of air. That is, unless they get help. Why would they want you? You think the gods have any use for a 2-bit singer with a parade of unpredictables marching through her head? You may be Godwoken, but that doesn't make you worthy. But that doesn't matter, Lohse. I saw something special in you. Something they didn't see. That's enough. Ingratitude doesn't become you, Lohse. Look what you can do. You can bless. You can see the spirits of the world. When will you believe that all I want is to see you? The void itself is hunting down the gods, leeching them in ways I only dreamed were possible. Drop by drop, they drain away. And the gods have gone into hiding within your fellow Godwoken. They seek to become what we are. Stronger together, unstoppable together. But we are far ahead. The Well of Ascension has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Aren't you listening? The Well is a pool of pure source in which the powers of the 7, fools that they are, each gave up half their powers to create the first divine. To bathe in the lake is to become divine. We'll do more than that, though. Feeling thirsty? They thought that having a single divine to unite them would aid in the fight against the Void. But look at them now. Weak. The Void is nearly here. You need to go to the Well of Ascension and absorb the source of the Seven. All of it. Then you'll become a god. How does that sound? Without me, you would have died in a shipwreck before you even got to Fort Joy. I have been... The world needs someone to safeguard it against the Void. With the powers of the gods, you'll do a great job. Don't you think? Much the same as it is now. I'll be your advisor, your helpmate. And in return, you'll ensure my survival in the new order of things. For make no mistake, a new order is coming. We'll make our way to the lake, but not yet. Not until you've become a true master of the Source. You'll need to learn to speak the language of creation. It won't be easy. You'll need to find tutors, masters of the Source. People who can teach you to increase the volume of... Few remain, and the ones who do have been driven to the brink of survival. Still, I have full faith in you, Los. Once you have, find me here again. We'll move forward from there. I'll remember you said that. Till next time. Go on.
The Meister stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and bruised, but determined.
Still alive? Gods above, there might be something to you after all.
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering.
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
The Meister's eyes flash with fury, but she holds her tongue.
You are not a pile of ash, so the ritual was a success, albeit partially. You had all the material requirements, so I can... That is unfortunate. Indeed not. And ever more difficult when you've been purged. I was a master of Source once, but no longer. The river of my Source has been dammed. My link to the font from which it flows, so we must seek alternatives. Alas, the only Source Masters not yet hauled off to Fort Joy or turned into meat puppets are those two sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to. You will not be there long, I assure you. There is only so much you can do. However, it is the path we walk. No... no...
The Meister doubles over.
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them. And you do not seem to be paying attention. Sorcerers, evil, controlling your source, saving Rivellon, please. Please tell me at least some of this rings a bell. Your focus, your only focus, must be on finding these masters, on finding the secrets to divinity. Nothing else matters. The Magisters have kept ledgers with all known sorcerers, especially the powerful ones not yet captured. They would do be careful not to get caught. And if their barracks turns out to be as empty as their skulls, just try to keep an ear to the ground. There may still...
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens, a dark red stain spreading across her tunic.
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed, and remember, do whatever it takes.
The spirit of an elegant elven woman materializes before you. She seems surprised.
You can see me. A god woken in my presence.
The spirit looks at you regret.
It is hard to hear of such power, and not covet it for yourself. I lie to myself and convince...
Can't talk now.
Go on then.
We have to find the master. As such, my first priority remains to find Roost. He is the pawn that will eventually topple the...
Lucky find.
I'm watching you, stranger. Of course, sir. Right away.
What's this? Damn it, Barwell, you're supposed to be stopping in truth.
It's Belworth, sir. And the fugitive's description doesn't match.
I don't care. What do you want? You can't just come in here as you please. There's Magisters missing. I'm trying to conduct a bloody Well, mind your bloody... Yes, a vile little tinkerer goes by the name of Higba. 3 of my Magisters have gone missing of late, from right here. The fiend's greed gave him away. He catching, kill... If you see anything, tell me. Well, do you know anything? Stop wasting my time, then.
The Magister grumbles under her...
Bloody bastard will never get my name right. I've been under his command for almost a year.
My career is at stake.
That's Magister business. Keep your nose out of it.
The Magister grumbles under...
Bloody bastard will never get my name right. Of course, sir. Right away.
The Magister's jaw...
What? Those tinkerers all look the same. Scruffy, gold-hungry, sly wretches. This one has a grey beard and a dark cloak, according to reports. Desertions? What do you know about desertions? This miserable town has too many gossip-mongers. But they're right. But they slip away in the night, taking supplies. Cowards and... When? Not if. and you'll see for yourself in time. We'll make all of Driftwood. Well, stop wasting my time.
The Magister grumbles.
Bloody bastard will never get...
The Magister grumbles.
Bloody bastard will never get...
The Magister grumbles.
Bloody bastard will never get my name right.
Surrounded by incompetence, I deserve a better posting. Bellwether, I need those reports down.
Have you heard any news?
Greetings! May the Seven circle you and keep you safe. Oh, it's a wonderful day, wouldn't you agree? And with good reason, too. Why, only a few days ago, I was writhing in pain, but then a fellow pilgrim passed by, laid his hands upon my feverish skin, and just like that, I was cured. Truly, it was a miracle. Alas, I cannot say who he was, but I can say what he was. A holy man. A stranger showing fills my heart with gladness. May the Seven keep him.
A so-called holy man who can heal with magic. I wonder if he might be one of the sorcerers my deceiver wants me to find.
I owe my life to...
Blessings of the divine upon you, my lady. My husband and I were just wonderful. There you go, all cozy. So tell me, are you heading to Arx like we are? Nicholas and I wouldn't miss Lucian's Day for the world. That's so... So come, let us break bread and strengthen ourselves for the journey.
You eat, drink, and have...
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Surrounded by incompetence.
I will look for you and...
Milson,
The Magister grumbles.
Bloody bastard will... Of course, sir. Right away.
Head nodding drowsily.
They won't take me unawares. I'm ready for anything. See? I haven't slept in... Well, I'm ready. That's what matters.
She laughs an unpleasantly brittle crackle.
Sleep is for the weak. Weak! You...
I'm on a break now, Yvette. You better not...
Still awake.
Oh, great, a citizen. Can't you see I'm on a break here? What? Oh, no. Go tell Magister Raymond or Magister Julian immediately. They'll... Again? Seriously? I'm on a break now, Yvette. You better not fall asleep on your watch again.
Calm down, Brianna. Carver's got his dossier on the sorcerers. Everything's falling into place. All I need to do is... watch.
The spirit of an emaciated prisoner is staring down.
Of all the stupid ways to go. As it so happens, I do. Afraid I wasn't able to take advantage of...
The spirit points to...
A while back, I realised the only problem was, you look like a resourceful type, though. If you can find or make something to use as a shovel, then this might be your ticket to freedom.
The spirit scowled.
I did nothing. Or I didn't do what they accused me of, at least. A miscarriage of justice is what this is. That's putting it bloody lightly. Nobody deserves to rot. Oh, it was a stew. I must have taken too much.
Hold it right there, prisoner.
Good find.
See that tunnel?
Down for a little scuffling and tussling? Let's see if you got some fight in ya.
Elsa, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Right away.
The Magister's jaw is tightly clenched.
What?
See that tunnel?
Down for a little scuffling and tussling? Let's see if you got some fight in ya. Well, that just may interest our current champion. She'll want to talk with you herself before she'll assent to any challenge. Watch your words, mind. She takes against you, there'll be no talking yourself into her good graces again. Well, you better start caring. Without her approval, you'll be stuck spectating. On your way, then.
Good gods! Is there a void woken down there? Must be one strong force field keeping it inside.
In the shadows, a dwarf...
More fodder for the arena!
Curling her torn lip back over broken teeth, she grabs your hand and pulls you down to the ale-soaked table. Never losing eye contact, she begins arm wrestling you. She glimmers in and out of view, merging with the shadows. Crowing, she slams her hand down hard beside your face, hard enough...
Jokes won't pick you up from the arena floor. I bested that Voidwoken below us, you know. Dragged that scaly lump down there with my own two hands. Ah! Based on your performance so far, that's cute. but I shouldn't judge your baby steps. The lion judges, not the pussycat. Cute. Takes a whole lot more oomph to get a rise out of. Ah! Go talk to the raucous one. Tell him I sent you, and he'll set you up for a challenge. Prove it. Then, I'll knock your teeth.
Did you know our arena champions are...
Figure it's time to prove yourself. Is that so? Well, looks like the crowd'll get its money's worth, for sure. You accept her challenge, do you? Alright, just make sure to keep the blindfold on. You take it off, you'll lose. In any case, you're in for a treat, lass. Better than sweet cream stew on Lucian's Day. Who's coming along with you? It's your only chance, so put your thinking cap on. You gotta bring your friend here first, you buffoon. Come. Figure it's time to prove yourself. Let's get it done. Well, she'll want to talk with you herself before she'll have said, all right? In any case, you're in for a treat.
She lifts your blindfold and nudges your nose with her own, laughing.
Nice to see the cub has some claws. You drew blood. Enough to know you're alive. And you proved yourself against my little challenge. So now we will fight, you and I. Come on. Show me I'm alive. Talk to the...
She winks over her shoulder at you and then disappears.